everyone, I'm the Unobtrusive Healer. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. I'm here with a pick a card reading today for those of you that are in situationships or up in the air connections where maybe we don't really know what's happening at the moment or where things are going, or perhaps you and your person aren't on speaking terms right now. We are going to get you some good and truthful answers today. So if you don't already know, my goal here on YouTube is to guide and encourage others on their journey home to self or to the soul. I post weekly guidance readings and they aim to heal, advise and support the collective each week. And then I post a lot of various pick a piles. Some are more sort of serious and helpful, others are not so serious and more for fun, but either way I always have the intention of bringing love and light and clarity. So thank you for being here, and without further ado, let's get into our piles today. So for this reading we have 3 different tarot decks for each of the 3 piles, and it's up to you as to which group you would like to choose. We go from left to right, 1, 2, 3. So pause the video if you need to, feel which deck is calling you in, and we'll get into the reading. Just to show you, deck 1 have this beautiful golden kind of holographic shine over there, and then group 2 has the beautiful red holographic shine there. And if you're interested in knowing what they are called to help you choose, over here on group 1 we have, now is it the, hold on, I'm just going to double check this one. I just gone blank. The Radiant Wilds Tarot. The Radiant Wilds Tarot. Group 2 have the Orion's Tarot deck, and group 3 is the Muse Tarot. Muse, M-U-S-E. So yeah, feel free, choose your pile and I'll see you over in your reading. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading. We are going to dive straight in and start getting into some really good messages all about your, well, your up in the air, no contact or situationship situation. First we're going to use the Energy Oracle deck to just check in with this person's energy and their current priority. So for group 1, the person on their mind, what is this person's current energy? And what is this person's current priority? Okay, so starting off in terms of their energy over here, to me, the messages that first came through was, the first thing I noticed, obviously, was that it's the 7th chakra, which is our higher chakra. And this is like our connection to a higher power. It's the connection to our higher wisdom, our higher knowing, and things like that. It's also a very mental chakra, as well as an intuitive center. But then I kind of noticed the number on the card. So 41 reduces to 5, and 5 can be about change, transformation. It can be delays and challenges as well. But in this instant, it's coming through to me as change and transformation. And it's making me think that this person's current energy is like they're going through a change of perspective. So their perspective's changing in something, or their mindset or their perspective of a situation is transforming. And it's becoming sort of more connected to their higher self. So they're starting to see like the bigger picture. They're starting to think different, see different, and just sort of maybe even like they're starting to make different decisions. It's like they're tuning into their higher wisdom. So this could be someone that's kind of going through like a bit of a spiritual awakening, or they're just maturing, growing, evolving. But either way, their current energy, I mean, that's a pretty good sign to have that up in the upright position. In the reverse, it would be like they're not listening to that higher wisdom, but we have it in the upright, so it's a positive change of perspective and seeing the bigger picture, tuning more into their higher knowing. So then we have their current priority, which is the garden and the gate, and it's in the reverse position. So it could be that their current priority is either getting out of that comfort zone, or it could even be like sort of taking less risk. Just trying to get a feel for how it's kind of coming through. It almost feels like it's kind of tied in with the 7th chakra there, where it's like they're kind of putting their toes in the water when it comes to their spirituality. So it could be that they're kind of opening up more to spirituality, opening up more to the connection to their higher self, and starting to, you know, engage in a more spiritual way of life, perhaps. But it almost feels like they are, maybe they used to have like a real material mindset, but then they lacked joy or something like that, like they lacked meaning. And this is like using their higher knowing or their higher wisdom to take a risk or do something differently in order to feel happier, and to feel more connected to your higher source or your higher purpose even. Yeah, so I definitely, another way of putting this would be that it's almost like this person's kind of leaning into their feminine energy a little bit more, whether they're a male or a female, because, you know, once you kind of tune into those spiritual energies, it is more of like that feminine side of you. Like if you're too masculine, you're not really open to that spiritual connection often. And then when you start to kind of get more comfortable with that feminine energy is when that awakening kind of happens. So I would say that instead of looking for like masculine worldly pursuits, this person now just is more like, I just want to be happy. Like, yeah, I just want to live a life of meaning and I want to be happy. All right, so let's move forward. And we're going to look into what they're thinking and feeling about you now. So, as I said, for this reading, this is for people who are in like you're not on talking terms with your person at the moment, so you can't really get answers from them. Or if you're in like a situationship and you're trying to clarify like where it's going, if you're wasting your time or if they're actually doing what they're saying they're doing, things like that. Or if things are just like a little bit up in the air. Alright, so the person on group 1's mind, what are they currently thinking and feeling about group 1? So we have strength in the reverse position. The word that's coming to mind here is vulnerable. And this makes them feel a little bit weak. So because strength's in reverse, like obviously there are a lot of people, myself included, who view vulnerability as a strength. It's a lot harder to be vulnerable than it is to hold it all together. funnily enough. So even though vulnerability is a strength, it makes this person feel a little bit weak. They feel a little bit weak because of how vulnerable they feel. So remember, this is not necessarily like how you feel about them or how you perceive them, but this is kind of how they are feeling. It's like, I feel vulnerable and this makes me feel a little bit weak or maybe even scared and off balance. So we have the Four of Pentacles coming out next. They definitely are trying to like keep a very cool, calm, collected composure and not like beneath the surface. I think they feel vulnerable and this makes them feel a little bit weak, but then on the surface they're just trying to act very cool, calm, collected, like they've got it all together. Like excuse me, I could feel that one coming. Yeah, like they have it all together, like, you know, they've got their composure, they're not rattled. That's how they're trying to make it come across. I also think they're trying to like loosen their grip on the situation. Maybe they are someone who used to like to kind of like have control, or what they would maybe call the upper hand in relationships. But I feel like they're softening a little bit and they're trying to kind of like loosen their grip. We have the Two of Cups, so they think that you're definitely like that the two of you have a lot of potential. They feel like there's something deeper to their connection with you than what they normally experience in their life. And they also see you as like a bit of a mirror. As we can see in that Two of Cups here, they're like mirroring each other, and it's almost like they see a lot of themselves in you, or you reflect back, you know, the things that they like about themselves, or maybe you show them what they don't like about themselves because maybe the way they used to act or behave in relationships is not flying with you. Like it could be something along those lines. We have the Ten of Pentacles here. I'm not entirely sure which way it was supposed to come out. It was kind of facing this way. And it almost feels as though they're like talking about like the potential, or like the unmet potential. We have the Six of Cups underneath the deck here. So it's almost like I almost get the sense that you two haven't been on good terms in a little while, or you haven't spoken in a little while, because the Six of Cups is making me think of like wanting to reconnect, maybe apologize, and wanting to kind of like come back together and heal the connection because of the unmet potential. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse could also be that they're not the type of person to look too far into the future. So like right now, it's like, yeah, I can acknowledge that this person, I have a very deep connection with them. Who knows where it's going to go? There's definitely potential there. But right now I just need to focus on like reconnecting and healing the connection before we can sort of tap into that potential. I think one of their fears is that they feel stable now, but they have this like fear of failure in like the long term. Like they're like, so let's say, okay, let me try and think of an example to make this more understandable. So say someone, I don't know, say this person has been trying to like heal something for some time, and every time they think they've healed from this thing, maybe like a cycle ends up repeating and they fall back to where they were, or they fall back into a pattern or behavior or something. Like, let's make it as something as easy to understand as like smoking. So say like smoking is a deal breaker for you, right? And it's like this person's been going to try quit smoking, they've finally quit, but then they're like fearful of like, but what if I pick up the habit again in the future? It's probably not smoking, guys, but just to give you a general idea of like what it could be, because for everybody it's going to be different, but this is like the general foundation of what I'm trying to explain. Is like they do fear if their progress or their achievement is going to last in the long term, or if they're going to like let you down or disappoint you or something like that. They could even have like a little bit of a fear of commitment. I'm not going to lie, with the Ten of Pentacles, it's like, I know that this person's for me, but I'm so scared of getting into a commitment. And that could be because they're holding on to, you know, relationships that they grew up around and what they used to see as they grew up, or it could be like their parents divorced and they have a fear of divorce, or they have a belief that, you know, relationships fail. But I definitely, yeah, it's like, they could be someone who in the past has gotten cold feet and they're like worried that they're going to get cold feet again. That's what I want to say with that. The next thing I want to talk about is their intentions and wishes moving forwards. So that's kind of like what they're thinking and feeling. And now we'll reshuffle about, yeah, like actual tangible intentions and wishes. So this is what they are intending at this time and wishing for at this time. Energy is always changing, so you know what they intend and wish for today could change tomorrow, but at the moment we're just reading energy, and this is what they are intending and wishing for moving forward. So the person on group 1's mind, what are their intentions and wishes moving forward? Okay, so we have Justice. So they definitely want to, you know, get into that centered place where they feel like they have the clarity to make a real decision that they can commit to. So they want to make a decision and they want to know that they can commit to it. They want to feel like they're in the right place, and they want to feel like they are in control. Because if you look at that card, like half of her is in all black and half of her is in all white, and it's almost like when I've got control over my shadow self and I can balance that with, you know, my light side, I'm ready. They could also have the intention or the hope to have a really honest and open conversation. The Justice card can sometimes be about back and forth conversations. We have the Page of Swords in reverse. So if there's anything that they haven't told you, they definitely want to be open and honest about these things. This feels like a confession, like they've got a confession to make. It could be positive or it could be negative, I don't know, but this is like feeling like they have a confession to make. So we've got the Three of Swords in the reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So they said or they did something in the past that made you put your walls up. And it's almost like they want to apologize or they want to make that right. So in the past, they said or did something that hurt you and left you wounded, and this is like something that took you quite a long time to heal or recover from. And it also made you put your walls up in love, become really guarded. And I think that they maybe have some regrets over that. Page of Pentacles underneath, and look, we have the Nine of Swords, which can be about regrets. But I think that they want to see if you guys can like rise above now, and by just taking the first step, they hope that you guys can continue to grow, continue to learn about each other and learn about each other's love languages, even like learning how to love each other and learning about each other's genuine needs in the connection, to really like give it the best foot forward. So they really like, this final message here is like I think that they really intend to and hope to just take that first step. Right now they're kind of like trying to find the right words. They know they owe you an apology. It's like they either shut you out really randomly, or they said something that they shouldn't have, or did something that they shouldn't have. And this made you really, shut down and put your walls up. So basically they intend to make that right, and they hope to take the first steps towards making amends and getting back to a better place. Alright, so just so that I can try to give you guys a bit of a timeline, when will this person make a move? When will they make a move? The Devil, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so at the moment, fear is preventing them from taking that first step, or from like sending that first text, or from making that first phone call. Fear is really keeping them stuck and preventing them from taking that first step. So for now, it almost feels like it's unclear when the first step is going to be taken. Okay, then how about group ones? What's group one's advice then? So if it's unclear when this person's going to act, what's group one's advice? Should they act? Should they not? What's group one's advice? Four of Cups. Four of Cups with Judgment. I feel like although it's I don't know, I feel like the ball's kind of in your court here. The Four of Cups is like, you know, not being thrilled about where the situation is right now, being pretty discontent and unhappy with it. And Judgment is like, what it feels to me like is it's not, okay, so I'm getting, all of a sudden I was very drawn to the chess piece, and I'm sure that in chess, the white pieces, or whoever's the white pieces, I'm sure they go first. And because I'm sitting here and I'm facing this person, it feels like, it's like you could make the first move to change this. Like you could make a decision to change your situation and basically, if you're not happy with the situation, you can decide to make the first move. You can decide to step into the Queen of Wands, like that confident energy, and make the first move. You could definitely do that. Or you could just sort of hold space and wait for them to make a decision. But that's kind of like, that can keep someone waiting for a long time. So I could even interpret this as like you making the decision to not wait around and to just live your best life, and whatever happens, leaving it up to fate, leaving it up to this person. So I think you're going to have to kind of trust your intuition on this one, but I don't think there's going to be, like, if you're someone who feels confident to reach out, then making the first move could get the ball rolling a little bit quicker. But equally, this person's fears are still holding them back somewhat. So maybe by allowing them a little bit more time, they might be able to come in a little bit more grounded and stable. But in the meantime, like, don't wait, just live your best life. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out and, date other people or see other people or anything like that, unless you want to. You could do that if you wanted to. But it's just still living your best life and not staying stuck or waiting around for something to happen, because that's just sort of letting time pass you by, time that you can't get back. Okay, so for messages from their higher self, I think I'll start with the Lover's Oracle. And then depending on what comes out, we may get a few more tarot cards, or we may just end it there. Alright, so messages for group 1 from their person's higher self. Okay, so we have twin flames, your passion ignites. So this could be a very big confirmation that if you thought you were dealing with a twin flame here, then you likely are dealing with a twin flame if you believe in the twin flame connection. Because this is, like, in this deck there is a card that says twin flames, and there's also a card that says soulmate. So rather than saying twin flame or soulmate, I would just say this could definitely be a twin flame connection. And actually that's reminding me, in the first section of the first card pull, with what they're thinking and feeling about you, is I was speaking about how they feel like you're a mirror and they see a lot of themselves in you. And that's actually a big sign about twin flames, is like, you're part of the same soul. So you're exactly the same in many ways, but then you're like opposites in many ways as well. But yeah, so we have the card of twin flame. So this could be some like confirmation for you if you were wondering about that. We have friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. So their higher self could be giving the both of you advice of like, hey, look, let's just start by nurturing our friendship and let the rest blossom from there. Because at the very core of an amazing relationship is a beautiful friendship oftentimes. So yeah, that could be advice for both of you to take into this reality, like nurture the bonds of the friendship within the relationship and everything else will improve and shift. And then we have, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Oh, so that's a really cute message from their higher self there. They're letting you know that even when you're kind of apart or things aren't right, that if you look deep in your heart, you'll feel them. Their love for you is very deep, it's very strong, and it's always with you, is like what they're saying. Whether you're together or not in this time and space, their heart's always with you, their love is always with you, and it's always deep, no matter what. So I don't think I'm going to continue. I think I'm just going to leave it there without pulling any more tarot cards. So thank you very much for watching Group 1. I hope you've enjoyed these messages. Sending you love, light, and everything bright. Bye. Hi Group 2, welcome to your reading, where we are going to be getting a helpful and informative reading about your current situationship, or your no contact connection, or your up in the air connection, whatever the case. If you need answers about your person, you're in the right place. So for Group 2, you chose the Orion's Tarot with this beautiful red, glowy, shiny, holographic border. And we are going to get into your reading today. We're not going to start with these. We're actually going to start with some energy oracle cards. And we're going to get a card for this person's current energy and a card for their current priority. So the person on Group 2's mind, please. The person that Group 2 is here about. What is their current energy? What is their current energy? It's very wet over in Perth, and it's very humid, so it's like the cards are getting very sticky for these readings, but we'll get through. So the person on Group 2's mind, what is their current energy? Okay, so we have the third chakra. It took a little while to come out, not gonna lie, but we have the third chakra, so the solar plexus chakra, for their current energy. And what about this person's current priority? What's their current priority? Okay, well that's interesting. Okay. It's kind of, what's interesting is that it's kind of like conflicting because the angel of strength and then the third chakra, you'd think that they'd both be upright, but I'll start talking because obviously we'll get the messages as I begin to channel. So in terms of their current energy, the third chakra, especially being in the upright position, this would demonstrate like someone who is like feeling confident and driven and motivated in their life. So that's kind of their energy at the moment, is like they're feeling confident, motivated, driven. With the 3 and the 7 of 37, that would reduce to 10. They potentially have maybe just closed a cycle or ended a cycle that was either damaging their confidence and self-esteem or damaging their life force energy, like depleting their life force energy and motivation. So it's like they've just ended a cycle that was disrupting the third chakra, and it's in more of a healthy energy right now. So they're starting to feel more motivated, confident, driven, things like that. The third chakra can be like a bit of an intuitive center as well. So they could be sort of like in this energy of like, I'm going to follow my gut and listen to what my gut's telling me. And now that I'm talking about gut, something's telling me like, I feel like something, they've just improved something about their health. They've just healed something, or something about their gut health has improved. Random message, but something about their gut health has improved. So that's the current energy. And then in terms of current priority, their current priority is to gain strength, gain confidence. So maybe it's about implementing or integrating this new energy and using it to enhance their lives. Or this could be like, now my priority is to gain the strength and confidence to do XYZ. It could be more like, okay, they're in a good energy now, they've broken a cycle, and now it's about gaining the strength and confidence to take a step towards something. Or I could even read it as like, now it's about softening. I'm going to pull a clarifier for that card, maybe. Can we clarify the Angel of Strength in reverse for this person's current priority? It's almost... I don't know, like if they have had a health issue or an injury or something, it's like, you know, they've healed from it and now they're gaining strength. They're working on building their strength and things like that. Yeah, if their health's improved, now they're trying to improve like their physical strength. But yeah, let's get one clarifier for the Angel of Strength in terms of this person's current priority. I don't know, it could be sort of just like dissolving. I'm not even sure if they were meant to come out. Like, I just can't pull anything through with those. Maybe I've kind of gotten as specific as I can for this group without it becoming a bit muddled for each individual. The cards are getting a bit jumpy. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it where we are because I feel like getting more specific is making it too complicated with the energies here. So yeah, I think that they've definitely healed something or closed out a cycle that was detrimental. They're feeling in more of a good energy, and now they're gaining the strength to do something, or they're actually gaining physical strength. And yeah, again, also potentially learning to like soften up a little bit, be vulnerable. All right, so let's move into what they're thinking and feeling about you, group 2. And I'm hoping this deck behaves better now that we are asking a different question, and it was just that question that was the problem. So what is the person on group 2's mind? What are they currently thinking and feeling about group 2? So we have the 6 of Cups. So I definitely think that they are kind of like finding their thoughts are with you often. Like they're often daydreaming. Oh my gosh, I can't even speak. They're often daydreaming about you. They're often like walking down memory lane, thinking about times you've spent together. They get really nostalgic, and they feel really pulled to reconnect with you. So I don't know how long you guys have been on not speaking terms, but they definitely are wanting to reconnect. And yeah, their daydreams, they daydream of you constantly. They're constantly thinking about memories of you. And I think this is kind of like motivation for them. We have the Ace of Pentacles, so I definitely think that they want an opportunity with you, and this time they really want to like grab it and like hold on to it. So it's like, if I get another opportunity with you, I'm really going to make sure that I don't let this opportunity go. The frog's also making me think of what we were talking about up here as well, because frogs, they cannot survive in like toxic habitats. So if there's frogs living in an area, you know that it's a very clean area, like it's a very unpolluted environment. You know, like there's no toxicity or anything around. Like they have to have a very clean, sterile environment. So once again, it's making me think like this person's been like detoxing, whether it's like a physical detox, a life detox, an emotional detox, a mental detox. I think that this person's really been cleaning up their inner and outer worlds to give this opportunity the best start that it can. I don't think it's a coincidence that the frog's on here. I think that it's like the most promising start you could have, because it's like a clean slate. Okay, we had a real splurge of cards just come out. Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups, Five. Okay, that's just way too many. That's way too many. That could be kind of like their energy, like they just want to like blurt it all out and tell you everything all at once. It's like they're starting to get almost a little bit impatient. Or maybe it's like hard to find the right words, and so they're just like kind of blurting them all out. Okay, so the Nine of Cups has come back out again. Then Temperance. And then underneath is the Nine of Swords. So I'm just trying to channel why the Nine of Cups is in the reverse position here. So I almost feel like I'm getting this energy of like they feel like they're in a good position, but it's not enough until they can come in and like heal the connection with you. It's like this impatient kind of like I'm content but I'm not fulfilled, and it's like this bothersome feeling within them because they know what they need to do or what would make them feel fulfilled and happy and, you know, balanced, but it does their head in because they are like still a little bit afraid of how to get their wish, or like how it's going to unfold. So like self-doubt and insecurities and little fears tend to kind of like keep them up at night. Actually, I'm getting a strong sense that at nighttime is when they think of you the most, and that's when they get like the most impatient, like they don't want to wait any longer, but they could still be trying to maybe find a solution in one area of their life or find balance in one specific area of their life. And I almost get this like back and forth, like, should I wait or should I just go for it? Should I wait? Should I just go for it? And they seem to kind of like go back and forth about when to act. We have the Page of Swords there because sometimes I notice like when I'm doing this, I accidentally cut the deck or I do it without thinking. and usually there's a message there. So the Page of Swords, I think they are going to communicate very soon. The Page of Swords to me is like a pretty reasonably impulsive energy, so it's going to be like a spur of the moment, impulsive like text or call or something like that. And then we also have the Seven of Pentacles on the deck, which is kind of contradictory. So there could, there might be a wait, or it could happen really quickly, but it's like once they make the decision, it happens very quick. So it's like there might be a little bit of a wait, but then once they decide, it's like straight away they send the text on impulse, or they make that call, or they, I don't know, you know what I'm saying. So now we're going to go into what are their intentions and their wishes moving forwards. So there's like a real longing, a little bit of impatience in their thoughts and feelings when it comes to you, but now we want to look at their intentions and wishes moving forwards. So the person on group 2's mind, what are their intentions, wishes moving forwards in relation to the connection with group 2? They're slippery little suckers. I have to shuffle them a little bit differently, so sometimes it's like I second guess myself. Come on, cards. What is this person's intentions and wishes moving forward? So we have the Chariot. Now the Chariot is like fast, decisive, committed action. And the Eight of Wands is also, you know, things happening at speed. It's like a breakthrough. It's quick energy. The Chariot's quick energy. So they intend to, or they wish to be decisive and move quickly. They don't want to waste any more time. There's definitely, so the Eight of Wands normally has all the arrows like in a neat line. And this bird's kind of like caught in amongst them all. So I almost feel like it's reminding me of when I was shuffling and like all those cards were falling out. It's like I feel like this person, they intend and they hope to be able to make a decision and be very clear and determined in their actions, basically. But it's like getting caught like they get caught in their own fray. Like as soon as they try to figure out exactly how to come in or what to say, it turns to this. So it's like this is what they really want. They want to be really clear and decisive, and they want to know exactly what to say, and they want to be like this majestic looking eagle, or this hawk. I think there's an eagle. But then they kind of feel like when they try to put into words what they want to say, they end up feeling a bit more like this. So they really want to like be in this kind of energy when they make a move, so that they're like direct, clear, instead of feeling like they just get caught in their words and make more drama than there needs to be. Like there's just, I don't know. Or maybe it's like every time they decide to take action or make a move, like some kind of conflict happens and then they like, oh, I'm back here again. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Three of Pentacles. And under we have the Five of Swords. What I'm picking up here is that there's like this hesitancy in their energy. It's very wishy-washy back and forth, and I think that this is because they're a little bit unclear. It's like they probably, when it comes to their intentions and their wishes, I think that all the positive things that are in this card is what they are intending for, but then it feels like when it comes to, you know, taking action, it feels like there's always resistance or conflict or disagreements, or it's like it never quite goes to plan. It almost gives me the energy of like they wonder if you would be better off without them. They worry that when they try to do good, it turns out bad, or like my energy is really changing. I feel like this person is, if we go back to their energy and their priority, it's like right now they're feeling good and the priority is keeping it that way, because I feel like this person is constantly like on a roller coaster, and they have this mindset that it's like everything I touch, like I'm cursed, like everything I touch gets destroyed, or everything that I touch is ruined. And it's like, even though they're feeling really good right now, the priority is keeping it that way, because every time they feel good, something happens to like knock them back down, and they are starting to almost feel like they're cursed, and that as soon as they come in and try to kind of like get back on the same page and work with you and, you know, bring the harmony back, it's like they're worried that something else is going to happen. So they almost fear wishing and hoping. They fear having intentions, because it's almost like expectations can ruin you. So there's a lot that goes on inside this person's head and heart. And they can be a little self-deprecating. So intentions, wishes moving forward, very unclear. They go back and forth between, yeah, I'm going to make a move, we can be together forever, and no, they're better off without me. That's what this person kind of goes back and forth with. Okay, so we'll move forwards. Let's quickly ask, will this person take any action anytime soon? Will this person take any action anytime soon towards group 2? We got that 5 of Swords again in the reverse. They may apologize or try to make amends. And then the Moon's about like secrets and hidden feelings. So it's very unclear. It's very, very not set in stone. And I'm sorry that I can't be more clear, but the energy is very unclear. It's very mixed. It's like they want to make amends, they want to say sorry, but they're keeping it hidden. They're not saying anything. They just keep dreaming about it. All right, so we're going to finish up with some messages from their higher self. All right, so messages from Group 2's person's higher self. So we have trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So their higher self is kind of telling both of you that once you guys accept each other for what you are and the situation for what it currently is, it will transform. So acceptance and trust is valuable for you guys moving forward. Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. And then under the deck, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Actually, this is quite interesting because we have, they all mention transforming and transformation. And then there's a lot of messages about acceptance, accepting each other as you are, and also accepting yourselves, I think is key. Like both of you need to accept yourselves and stop criticizing yourselves. I think that you could both be very self-critical. And as well as like criticizing one another, maybe you need to be less critical on yourselves respectively as well. And you know, if either of you are holding on to resentment or criticisms about the past, then you know, this is saying like you need to let that go and bring love and acceptance in to transform the connection, because those negative emotions and feelings are not going to serve the connection moving forward. But these things will. So that is your message, Group 2. I hope that you've enjoyed that. Obviously, it was a little bit wishy-washy, but that's what happens when we read people's energy, because if they are a wishy-washy person and they're not super clear within their own being, that's exactly what we pick up on. We pick up on the wishy-washiness, we pick up on the lack of clarity. So I've done the best I can for you today. You know, hate your person, don't hate me. All right, but no, thanks for watching, guys. Sending love, light, and everything bright. Bye. Hi, Group 3. Welcome to your reading, where we are doing a big check-in into your situationship, or your up in the air connection, or your not on talking terms connection. Whatever the case, if you need answers, you're in the right place. So let's just dive straight in. We are not going to use the beautiful muse just yet. We're going to use the energy oracle cards first, and we are going to first of all clarify the person on your mind's current energy and their current priority. So their current energy and their current focus, basically. So the person on Group 3's mind, Group 3, what is their current energy? All right, we have cornucopia in the reverse position, and what is their current focus? contract in reverse. All right, so in terms of current energy, it's like they are in that reverse. Oh, I actually just looked at the camera when it said 111, and I'm also holding the card of 11, so I just saw 11111. So there could be like a new beginning just around the corner here, or for you or for this person, I don't know, but or that could be a number that you're seeing. But yeah, cornucopia in the reverse position, someone that's struggling to see the bright side of life at the moment, someone who might be in a little bit of a dark spot or finding it difficult to feel things like gratitude and appreciation for what they have. They may feel like they're kind of a little bit in lack at the moment, because, you know, cornucopia in the upright is like abundance and joy and, you know, just real amazing energies. And so in the reverse, it's kind of like all of that feels a bit blocked. So yeah, this person's not really in the best energy. They're probably struggling to see themselves and their life in a positive light, is what I'm feeling with that one. And their current focus or their current priority with contract in the reverse, I feel like their current priority is to basically end anything that is contributing to them not feeling happy and prosperous and, you know, content in their life. So a contract in reverse is like breaking contracts. So like leaving a career if it's not making you happy or if it's not giving you what you deserve, ending friendships, ending karmic contracts, ending anything basically that's not serving them. So their current priority is ending anything that's not making them happy, basically. So if it's not making them happy, they're cutting it out of their lives. It seems to be that they are very aware of what's working against them at the moment and trying to correct that and bring in a lot more balance and a lot more good energy into their world. If any of you have just gone through like a sudden breakup or ending with this person, they're very, very focused and prioritizing that. Like, how do I fix this? Because cornucopia in reverse could be like, my world's just been turned upside down, and then priority, how do I fix this? So take that as it resonates. But for group three, what the hell? For group 3, what is the person on their minds? What are they currently thinking and feeling about group 3? What is the person on group 3's mind currently thinking and feeling about group 3? We have 7 of materials. We have the priestess. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. Why do we keep getting so many out today? What is group 3's person thinking and feeling? All right, so we had strength at the bottom. We had the 5 of inspiration come out, the 7 of emotions. All right. So the 7 of materials, this is giving me energy of it's almost like they're planting seeds and they're being patient and they're applying effort, but maybe you're not giving much away and you're not giving them much like validation or confirmation, or you're not doing much, you're not saying much, you're not responding much. This is conflicting them because it's like hurting their ego, but they also are like emotional. So like they go back and forth with like being really angry and bitter to like really defeated and upset. And this really confuses them. The 7 of emotions is like, I'm very confused. I'm struggling to make sense of how I'm feeling right now, but I know that I'm in my feelings. And then strength, I feel like I think that this person seems to feel like they're a better person with you, or you make them a better person. And that's kind of like at the foundation of their thoughts and feelings. Everything else is like kind of just on top of that, and it's a big confusing bubble for them. But at the foundation, they feel like you make them a better person. But yeah, they kind of feel a little bit like their efforts are not really paying off. They're not getting much of a response or a reaction from you, and this really triggers them and confuses them because you're not like, maybe they are expecting you to behave in a different way, or they're expecting you to say more, do more. They're expecting forgiveness. Maybe in the past you were more forgiving, I don't know, but by the fact that you're staying fairly quiet and in your power, they're a little bit like, this conflicts them, it challenges them, and it confuses them. So that's what I can say about how they're thinking and feeling about you. I think that they get in their head about whether you have other options or if you're seeing other people. They don't like that thought. That definitely triggers some complicated feelings within them and some jealousy. They have some fears that they're going to put all this hard work in to like either win you over or win you back or make the connection work, and that you're going to turn around and be like, no, it's not enough. That's a fear that they have, and they wrestle with this often because I think that it hurts their pride a little bit when they think about that potential outcome. It's like, what if I put all this effort in and then I get rejected, or they're like, it's not good enough. I think that's about all I can pull through from that part there. So now we're going to ask about their intentions and wishes moving forward. So the person on group 3's mind, what are their intentions and wishes moving forward for their connection with group 3? Alright, so the Queen of Inspiration is definitely like a go-getter. Goes after what she wants. She's not afraid to go after what she wants. She's bold, she's daring, and determined. And then we have the Six of Inspiration, which is about victory. So this person is very bold, brave, determined, and confident to get a victory with you and to get the outcome that they are hoping for. I definitely think that they want to like give you the recognition that you deserve. The Sun in reverse. I might have to get a clarifier for the Sun in reverse. The Star. So I think they want to bring the warmth and the love and the feeling back into the connection with the Star as the clarifier. It's like the warmth and the fun and the excitement that's been lacking, they want to bring it all back in and heal the connection. I just heard that song, that in Enrique, how do you say his name? Enrique Iglesias, I Can Be Your Hero, Baby. I'm not gonna lie, this person has their confidence probably comes a little bit off like arrogance or cockiness with many people, because I do feel like they kind of, because we have to remember, like, I'm channeling this from this person, and I'm getting like this, a little bit of this like hero complex where they're like, oh, I can come and I can save you, I can rescue you, I can be your hero, baby. Like, I don't know how intense it is, but they definitely, like, even if they're not feeling super confident, happy about where everything is right now, when it comes to them and who they are very much confident, and they're very confident about winning you back. In fact, they think that, I think what's kind of coming through here is they think that like once they kind of like reach out or take that first step, the rest is just going to happen like dominoes. And then we had the Four of Inspiration on the bottom of the deck. So Three of Inspiration, Four of Inspiration. They definitely, yeah, they want to come and progress things, take things further. The Four of Inspiration is giving me a very different interpretation to what I would normally get. But what's coming through is that like they want to take you away from your surroundings and get you away from everyone and everything, and just get you on your own, and just, they think, they are worried that your friends or family won't approve, and that they are going to give them advice. Sorry, that your family and friends are going to give you advice against letting them back in. So they want to be like, oh, why don't we just get away for a bit? And they want to get you away from your friends and family. They want to get you alone. to try to heal the connection and get things back on track. So they're a little bit of afraid of other people and what other people are going to say. So therefore, the action they're going to take, they're going to be like, oh, let's get away, I'll book us a place or whatever. And I'm just being very honest because I can feel it in my being and feel it in the energy that they think that the secret to progressing with you is from getting you away from everyone and everything. So maybe it's like a road trip or a little romantic weekend away or something like that, away from everything at home. They think that's the secret to progressing things with you. Interesting. I can't help but feel a little bit of so if you've broken up with this person and you're resonating with the message that you've just separated from this person or you've just ended the connection, it feels more like their pride is hurt, and that's what's fueling them, or that's what's motivating them. So like what they've kind of been giving us in the cards, it's like they can't help, like their egos come out a little bit in the cards that they've been giving us. And I'm not discrediting, like I'm not saying that they don't value you or they don't have true feelings for you. I think that they are confident and driven towards reconciling, but I don't know if that's like long term. Like this is kind of coming across to me as like they think that they really, really want the connection back, but it's actually their pride. And then once they've kind of got what they wanted or they've had the last word, they're kind of going to be like, oh, actually, I'm kind of not into this anymore. And because that is actually quite a common thing that happens all around the world. Like sometimes you can think you want someone back, but then once you get it, you realize that was coming from a place of like loneliness or fear or I don't know, pride, like wanting to have the last say. So yeah, I'm definitely picking that up. So I'm going to be totally honest and throw it out there. I want to get you some advice actually about this person, because I want to see what the divine is advising you, like if you're advised to entertain this person or just walk away, that type of thing. I want to know what you're supposed to do. So what's group 3's personal advice about this connection? Like what is group 3's best advice here? So the Hanged Muse in reverse. Oh, the Hanged Muse in reverse. The 3 of Inspiration was obviously supposed to come out then, and I put it back. All right, so let's see. Hanged Muse reverse, the Sun, the 3 of Inspiration reverse, the Knight of Materials in reverse, and the 8 of Materials. The Hanged Man or the Hanged Muse in the reverse position gives me the very clear message of like, don't wait around, don't hang around. The last thing you want to do is leave yourself in limbo. The universe is telling you to go where makes you happy, go where lights you up, go where sparks joy, happiness, even creativity, go where lights up your inner child. Just focus on all of the things that make up your universe and be the center of your own universe. 3 of Inspiration in reverse. We had the 3 of Inspiration come up in this person's little spread, and it was in the upright. and that's about progressing forward. In the reverse, it's giving me the message like, don't try to progress this forward. Close the door on that. It's not worth investing in. It's not a path that's going to lead you to higher potential. And in fact, you're probably better off focusing more on your material world at the moment. Your career, your responsibilities, your finances, any projects or responsibilities that you're trying to take care of and manage. Just focus on your world, your own little universe, and don't entertain this person. They really want you to sort of just say, shut the door on that one and like let that one go. It's almost like with these two next to each other like this, it's like it's going nowhere. If anything, it's like it's going to pull you away from the Eight of Materials, from like your success, your endeavors, your world. I'm getting the message here of move your body a lot, because she's very much like in a state of flux. She's kind of like in a state of flux. She's in like a position where she's like kind of stretching out. She's doing like a yoga or like meditative pose. So move your body, get into your body a lot, get out of your head, get into your body. And yeah, just do you. All right, so the final thing we're going to do is, well, we're going to get messages from their higher self. So this could be interesting, actually. It's going to be very interesting to see what their higher self would like to say to you. But let's have a look. So group 3's person's higher self messages to group 3, please. Okay, that's just wild. It says, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway. Excuse me. I just got like so much heartburn when I was trying to say that sentence. And it's all about the answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. And I had like intense heartburn. So, what's that trying to tell me? I think again, it's just trying to tell you to get out of your head and get into your heart and listen to your heart. Tune into that space. You may need to clear that space before you get the right answers, because of, that kind of like heartburn thing that I got. It was like energy was suddenly clearing. So maybe like work on clearing your heart space. That's the green chakra, the heart chakra. So you can eat green fruits and vegetables. You can wear green. You can use crystals that are linked to the heart chakra, such as like rose quartz. You can listen to heart chakra frequencies. There's a lot of free meditations on YouTube. But I think that heartburn message was like, you need to clear that space before you're going to get the right answers. So the answers lie in your heart, but you need to clear that space, is what this person's higher self is saying. And if they could also be trying to point you towards like a life purpose, or like something that you've been dreaming about starting up, or like a mission or a project that you've been wanting to begin. Because we also had in your section, like you were trying to be advised to like focus on like your work, your success, your life, and the things that make you happy. And that's kind of similar. So clear your heart space to figure out sort of like where to go and what to do next. It's definitely something for you to do, and your heart is the way to figure out what that is. I'm not going to take those ones. I'm going to reshuffle one at a time, please. Thank you. It says here, the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is available to you now. Follow it with faith. See, there's a new path opening up for you guys. And it really is, you need to tune into your heart. So clear your heart space, tune into your heart space, because there's a new possibility or a new path for you. And it's time to like release this person, release what you guys have been through, and just open yourself up to a new path. Underneath the deck, we have the card Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. I don't feel like this is literal. I think this is more like, you know, their higher self is saying like, we're better off as friends. Maybe there is a friendship that can be salvaged with this person, but it's like that friendship will improve your love life with another, or like, you know, like it's like you guys would be better off as friends is what I feel like their higher self is saying. It's like, yes, we were always meant to be friends, but we were never meant to kind of like take it any further. And then that's your choice. Like, you can choose whether you want to be friends with them or not, but I think that's an option that's on the table if you wanted to be friends with them. If you can be friends with them, like just friends, that's probably a better way of putting it, if you can, because sometimes it can be a little bit impossible if we have chemistry or attraction, or if we've had a history. So obviously only do that if you can commit to just a friendship. And then obviously I think if you wanted to pursue this person and give it another chance, that is a way to improve the relationship. But I wasn't really getting vibes that this is like your forever person. I think that you would probably end up repeating a lesson, repeating that contract. So yeah, that's my piece, but obviously you have free will to do whatever you like. But that's it from me for now, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Sending love, light, and everything bright. Bye.